Okay, here we are at Keystoker, and we're going to go over the new timers. Unfortunately, the old timers on the stoves and the boilers and stuff, we cannot get parts for them anymore. So if you would happen to lose your motor that runs the yellow dial, which is usually what we have trouble with on these, if we're going to have any trouble, we can't get that motor anymore. So Dave's going to show you how you can take the guts out of this box and we can convert it over to a new digital type timer. Okay, Dave. Yeah, this is what your new timer is going to look like. Okay, and we'll go over what the numbers mean here. First thing Dave's going to do is show you how you take the old guts out of the gray box.
Okay, so we're going to start with, when you receive one of these, you're going to see on the back you have double-sided sticky tape. That's your mounting point. We do not screw these fast because they are plastic, so we ended up using a double-sided sticky tape. And on your old control here, you're going to have, some may have it, some might not. There's going to be a little plastic piece here. Just pop that off and you're going to have your screws.
Well, the first thing we need to point out to you is make sure your unit's unplugged.
Yes.
Make sure your unit is unplugged and there's no electricity going through your unit.
Correct.
Okay.
So what we would end up doing is take this screwdriver here and loosen up your terminals. And just slide off all the terminals along with your timer clips, because you're no longer going to need them. And then up top here, there's a little spring loaded mechanism that holds it there. And you're just going to push that in, flip that up, and pull this straight out. And then all you're going to have left is your wires and your box. So then you're going to end up taking your new Keystoker timer, take the label off, the protection off the back, and you're going to just stick it there. And when you stick it there, you're going to have these wires exposed, so then you'll end up just stripping these wires just like that, and then cut your old ends off. Strip those too. Now notice I didn't cut the green off. We're going to leave the green on, and then you're going to grab some household wire nuts, nothing crazy, and just red to red.
And I'll suggest to you that you try to get the orange because the colors indicate the size of the wire nuts. So if you get an orange, it's going to be the right size. Obviously you can use a little bit bigger wire nuts or a little smaller wire nuts, but if you can get the orange colored ones, then it'll match up better as far as being the right size.
And that would be it for wiring the timer. Then you have this green wire that's left. So what we end up doing with that is wherever screws are mounted to the boiler, you're going to mount underneath that screw.
Okay.
And that will ground out the circuit for you. Now when you get these timers, they will not be set. You will need to preset them to the application that you have. And when you receive these timers,
now let's do this. Go over the numbers. The numbers identify the switches on top, and then the seconds and the minutes.
Yes, you will get a paper saying, you know, the examples of where we recommend them. You're going to see on top here average boiler and warm air furnace. Okay, so if you have a warm air or a hot water boiler, you'll go off of these.
Okay.
And down here we have for your stove, 105 Coker Lights, Econos, all of them, we recommend going off of these numbers. Now you're going to see that these are going to be switches turned on and off time. Switches turned on. Okay, so here, as Paul was saying, we have numbers. Now on the top, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on both sides. The left side is in seconds, the right side is in minutes. They are not seconds and seconds or minutes and minutes. It's seconds and minutes. So when you get this paper, there's going to be numbers that they recommend turned on. So if it says they want 6 and 2 turned on, you're going to take number 6 and you're going to push that number 6 up. And then it's going to say number 2, turn number 2 up. So then you're set for your seconds on.
And read the seconds that it'll be on. Six will keep it on.
6 will keep it on for 32 seconds. And then we have 2 flipped up, which is 2 seconds equals 34 seconds on. Now
that means that the feeder that's feeding coal will be on for 34 seconds when you flip those 2 switches up.
Correct.
Okay.
Now we're going to come over to the minutes, and on our sheet it recommends every 10 minutes, and it says to flip number 4 and number 2 up, which again, we're going off the numbers off the top. So number 4 and number 2. And that's going to be 4 is 8 minutes and 2 is 2 minutes. So that'll be a total of 10 minutes off time. So every 10 minutes, it'll be off.
The feeder will be off for 10 minutes. Then it'll come on based on the on settings.
Yep.
Okay. And that's when it's in the idle mode and the thermostat's not calling for heat. This is just to maintain the fire on the stove or boiler, whatever you have, to keep it from going out. That's what the original gray timer was set up for. Just to maintain the fire in the idle mode. Okay.